Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. A city of light, minarets crowned with gold, libraries overflowing with knowledge, poets writing verses about stars. Now imagine that city under siege, where scripts of poetry were replaced by edicts of oppression, where Qur'ans were set ablaze in public squares, and faith became a crime. This was Andalus, Islamic Spain in its last days. But in the shadows of its downfall, a single spark refused to die. Today, we uncover the untold story of Alia bin Sa'id, the woman who hid the Quran beneath her cloak, a story of patience, trust in Allah, and the power of silence itself.
Burn!
To appreciate Alia's courage, we need to rewind to the 8th century, when Muslim armies first crossed into the Iberian Peninsula. Over 7 centuries, Al-Andalus flourished. Córdoba became the largest city in Europe. With 1 million residents, 70 libraries housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. Scholars like Ibn Rushd and Ibn Hazm debated philosophy, medicine, and theology. But by the 15th century, the Reconquista had turned the tide. Christian kingdoms advanced southward, city by city. Muslims faced the stark choice: convert to Christianity, flee beyond the mountains, or practice Islam in secret, at the risk of death. In 1492, Granada fell, the last Muslim stronghold, and with it came the Edict of Expulsion. Within months, Arabic was banned, mosques became churches, Islamic books were systematically destroyed. Enter Alia bin Sa'id, a fictional composite grounded in countless oral histories. She was 22 years old, taught the Quran by her father, orphaned when he was arrested for heresy, living in a remote mountain village near Granada. By day, she kneaded dough in the baker's courtyard. By night, she became a mobile madrasa, tucking Quranic pages under loaves of bread, whispering verses to young girls in hidden cellars. But every step was a gamble. Imagine her heart pounding when a soldier entered the bakery. What thoughts raced through her mind? Fear? Yes. But stronger still, the responsibility of preserving Allah's word. Let's pause here. If you were Alia, would you risk your life for a few pages of text? Would the cries of your 2 younger sisters clutching your abaya tilt your resolve? She faced this every single night, combating fear of capture, am I strong enough? Guilt, what if my sisters suffer because of me? Spiritual doubt, is this the path Allah wants, or am I deluded? Yet her faith gave her clarity. She recited, "And whoever holds firmly to Allah, He guides them to a straight path." In that verse, she found permission to proceed and purpose to endure. One fateful dawn, Alia's routine broke. Soldiers, led by a zealous commander, stormed the village. They accused the baker's wife of hiding forbidden books. In a flash, she crammed the last batch of scrolls under her cloak. Her sisters clung to her skirts. She slipped into the olive groves. Her breathing raced. Every crack of a branch felt like a death knell. But listen to this. No historian records her name, yet hundreds of women and children survived because of her sacrifice. This was the climax of her struggle, fight or flight. She chose a third path, stealth with dignity. Alia vanished into the mountains that night, but the pages she saved? They flickered from one hidden madrasa to another, from memory to memory, until they reached safely in North Africa. This is the power of women's networks in history. Disguised as laundresses, they carried manuscripts in baskets. In whispered circles, they taught young girls to recite Surah Al-Ikhlas. And here's a critical takeaway. Spiritual resilience often survives through those we never hear of. So what can we learn? True strength can be silent. Modesty is not weakness, it's a shield. Sabr under fire rewrites history. Alia's final act wasn't a battle cry. It was a quiet recitation of Hasbunallahu wa ni'ma al-wakil. Allah is sufficient for us and He is the best disposer of affairs. As you hold your Quran today, ask yourself, what flame can you keep alive? Which verse will you teach when the world grows dark? If Alia's courage moved you, join us for Day 2, where we meet Safiya, the keeper of knowledge. Subscribe, hit the bell, and be part of daily journey into the lives of women who built and preserved our deen. Until tomorrow, stay steadfast, stay inspired, and let your light burn bright for Allah.